Shoot! Shoot! Hey! Shoot!
11, 12. Oh. How are we doing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my 6-hour arms done.
No, it's 8 hours, motherfucker. Aye.
Hello guys, we're back with another one of the 5% nutrition range, Kill It Reloaded.
Yeah, very excited to get hold of our hands on this one. We was actually handed it from the 5% stall at Body Power in May back in this year, so we have had this for quite a while. So stay tuned for this review. However, if you're new here, do hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for all future reviews. We've got a lot more coming, including more from the 5% line. So let's get straight into this.
Flavours, blue raspberry, cherry berry.
Fruit punch, and the flavour we have today is watermelon, which is unfortunate for us because we would have preferred pretty much any of the other flavours. We're not watermelon fans. However, we're going to go into this with an open mind and we're going to do our best to judge how it would be for someone who did like watermelons. Let's see.
Bit chalky, obviously.
Yeah.
Not a bad watermelon though, there's no chemical aftertaste or anything like that.
I'm trying to think what it actually tastes like, because to me it doesn't really taste like watermelon.
Does it not?
Not really.
That's weird. What does it taste like?
I don't know.
Bit appley as well.
Yeah. I've got a number in my head.
You want to say it at the same time?
Yeah, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
3.5.
This is not pre-recorded. This is not
You must
pre-scripted.
think we just made this up.
But yeah, it's not. So it's not great, but it's definitely doable, and we're probably
Yeah.
considering the chalkiness in that. The mixability isn't too bad. There is a bit of glycerol at the bottom, but again, by the time you get to the bottom and do that last swirl, it will go down.
Yeah, so 3.5 out of 5. Alright, so price segment time. Where can you get hold of this for you UK guys? So you're going to go to sshealthfoods.com. Cheapest price we can find. That's $25.49, 30 servings, 85p a go, and that's going to come in at a 4 out of 5.
Exactly that, and that's a really good price, and it actually not far misses a 4.5 out of 5. We're going to move into the pricing for you US guys. Let's see if it's very similar. Okay, so straight off of the 5% website, this is for you US guys out there. The reason being is because we're not easily able to access some of the shops over there because it automatically knows our location set within the UK. So really, really important. Do have a look around because you're bound to find it cheaper than the 5% website, or there's coupon codes for discounts. So do bear that in mind. However, you can pick this up straight off of the 5% website for $42.99, and that works out to be $1.43 a go, which still falls into a reasonable score. It falls into a 3.5 out of 5, so it's not bad at all, even at that full price straight off of the official website, where they always charge more. Let's be honest, if you find a distributor, you'll probably get it a lot cheaper, and you'll probably get it up to the same sort of scores we're getting it here for in the UK. So do bear that in mind. 3.5 for the US. Obviously the overall score we're going to have to land on at this moment in time is a 3.75, but again, that's bound to be improved if you look around.
It's label time, reloaded style.
Let's see what we've got in this bad boy.
1 scoop is your max serving, 17.1 grams, 30 servings per tub. You've got your vitamin B3, magnesium, sodium, potassium, to help with the blood flow and electrolytes, keep you woke. And now moving into the first blend, the NO blend, we've got L-Citrulline Pure, 4 grams.
Yeah, solid dose, guys. Straight off the bat, that's going to boost your nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream, giving you that nasty pump. What I'll say is, obviously, you're used to seeing 6 to 8 grams, but do not forget that's the malate version. So this is equivalent to 6 grams of citrulline malate. So you know it's a good dose.
Nice, we'll accept that. Then we've got Glycerol Powder, standardised as 65% glycerol, Glycer Pump, 2.5 grams.
Again, I like that a dose. Glycerol's very similar in terms to creatine, in that it draws water into the muscle cell, bringing all those nutrients with it, so it's going to get you some swolly pumps. However, that is the ingredient that is often responsible for clumping of pre-workouts, which, to be fair, it hasn't really affected this one. So, you know, and it does mix fine and dissolve instantly in water.
Yeah, just make sure you're well hydrated to get full benefit of that. Beta-alanine, 2 grams.
Here we go. A bit underdosed. Obviously, the clinical study amount is 3.2 grams. However, I do believe it's going to work, because you do have niacin in this product as well, and they've been shown to work synergistically in terms of giving you those flushing, allergic reaction, itchy almost feeling that we like, because it lets us know psychologically the pre-workout's kicking in. So 2 grams, you should still feel it, and it's going to have some endurance benefits once you build it up in the system.
Nice. Then we've got L-Taurine, 2 grams.
Jack of all trades, and that's a solid dose. You know, normally only see about 1 gram, so double dose in here. You know, energy pumps, just a bit of everything really. A nice amino acid you'll see in a lot of energy drinks.
L-Norvaline, 150 milligrams.
L-Norvaline, again, pump related. You know, there's mixed studies on this, let's put it that way. So it's one of those things that's going through the grind, should we say, at the moment, in terms of being studied and researched on. But it has been shown to pump.
Yeah, and 150 seems to be a reasonably good dose. Then we're into the nootropic blend. First up is choline bitartrate, 250 milligrams.
That is on a tad on the light side, on the lesser dose, should I say. But nonetheless, it will give those nootropic focus, concentration, coordination, tunnel vision effects to a lower extent, obviously. But, you know, every little helps.
Yeah, we're used to seeing 500 mg to 1 gram, haven't we? Then we've got L-theanine, 100 milligrams.
L-theanine is a blanket in as such to the caffeine content in this pre-workout that is coming up. It sort of prevents a jittery feeling. It's sort of, you know, it's anti-crash. So it's going to prolong that energy that is given. 100 milligrams is a lower dose, but I like to see a lower dose because it doesn't fight the caffeine too hard.
Yeah, so it should be nice. And then finishing off this blend is Huperzine A, 1%, 100 micrograms.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those ingredients that is all over the place in terms of dosage in pre-workouts. You see it, you know, go up to grams, and I'm sure that can't be the case because it's been shown to give like headaches and whatnot if it goes too high. So this is a nice dose. Again, concentration, nootropic effects. So it's, you know, it's good to be thrown in there to a degree. Yeah.
And then we're in the creatine blend, and there's 3 different types of creatine. So I'm just going to list them all off because, let's face it, they're all going to do virtually the same thing. Creatine Anhydrous, 2 grams. Magnesium creatine chelate, 400 milligrams. Creatine pyruvate, 100 milligrams.
You know, we like seeing different types of creatine being used. Creatine monohydrate, however, has been proven to be the best and the cheapest form. The other ones, you know, there's slightly better digestion rates with some of them. Some of them load the water better than the others. But at the end of the day, they are all trying to attain the same thing, which is pumps and strength increase.
Yeah, and all of those coming together should just about cover the dose that you need. I mean, normally it's 3 to 5, so they've only got, well, like 2.5 with all of them together.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot worse, put it that way.
Yeah. And the last blend is the Stim blend, caffeine anhydrous, 267 milligrams.
Very random number, but we'll take it. You know, that's actually quite a low dose in terms of pre-workouts these days. You know, we've seen 300 all the way up to 700 plus. Nonetheless, it's definitely going to do the job. You know, it's a couple of large coffees worth. So it's going to give you that stimulatory effect, get you in the zone, pump you up for the gym, you know, energy.
Whee. And then caffeine citrate, 50 milligrams.
This is a fast-acting version of caffeine. That is a low dose, however, so you might not even feel that, to be honest with you. But I'd like to say it'll add on, obviously, to the caffeine anhydrous and now start tipping us into the higher levels of caffeine overall.
Yeah, and strangely enough, I think that one also has some breathing benefits, weirdly. And the last one is decaffeine malate, as in Finergy, 50 milligrams.
Yeah, very low dose. Obviously, that does have a slight anti-crash mechanism in that it digests slower than the rest of them. It will obviously work with the L-Theanine to really stop you crashing off towards the end of your workout. However, again, like Craig mentioned, in Finergy, there's only a percentage of that 50 milligrams is caffeine, so it is actually really going to be low caffeine. It's good to see it topping up the other two, but if be honest with you, it's very low.
Yeah, but that does wrap up the label. There's no digestion aid, interestingly. But yeah, it looks like they're covering all bases, just some things are a bit of a low dose, like you say.
Let's see how this one comes in training.
Did it kill it?
Reloaded! Did this, how did this compare to the original Kill It? Questions like that we'll be answering. We're going to delve into the effects section, which is the most important part of this and any review. So, let's get into it. How did you feel it at the beginning, Craig?
So, we felt the beta-alanine even at 2 grams, and we think that's because it's got niacin, like Aaron said. So, it's not a crazy amount, but it is there. You feel it.
It's noticeable. It gives you that psychological boost. It's nice to feel it because, I'll be honest, we wasn't really expecting to feel it. Some of these pre-workouts, when they've got 2 grams, you don't feel it at all.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, however, I mentioned, sometimes you feel it a lot. And this was a medium amount, If you don't like beta-alanine, I'd still recommend this because it's definitely not crazy. However, if you love beta-alanine, this one will be one for you.
No.
It's 50%, let's put it that way.
So the beta-alanine is a yes. Then we move into how you feel the energy and the focus and the pumps and all that shizzle. So what do we feel next?
I feel this is a very well-rounded, all-rounder pre-workout in that it hits everything pretty much similarly. As the label suggested, you've got a bit of everything. It targets pumps, it targets nootropic and focus, and it targets stim and energy with the 3 types of caffeine. You can't argue with much more than that. Now, what I will say is it's not like an over-deliverer.
Yeah.
It gets the job done and it's productive. There's no excessive stim. I don't know if that's because of the L-Theanine. And perhaps the fact that you've got a couple of different types, 3 different types of caffeine that all hit in different areas.
At quite low doses.
Yes. So stimulant, we got through the leg day and we've used this a couple of times in the past. The energy is good.
It's like slightly above average energy, and then pumps and focus. I'd say energy, focus, pumps.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Pumps were its best part, probably due to the amount of glycerol and creatine in there, as well as the L-Citrulline Pure dose. What I'll say is we're going to obviously go around in circles and circles. We'd try not to do that, but it's an all-round jack-of-all-trades pre-workout. And we do both have a score in mind, and we'll move into each section as and when. I'd say the energy was probably like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, 2.753, somewhere like that.
The focus was probably like a 3.5 out of 5, and the pumps were probably like a 4.25 out of 5. So we're gonna, obviously those don't average out to the 0.25 like we do, but we're gonna give this pre-workout a 3.75 overall.
Yeah.
Now, it's obviously not suitable for you stim junkies out there, or those of you who are experienced, like very experienced with pre-workouts.
Go for the 5150 US version if that's your game.
Yeah, there's 5150, and I'll be honest, I really did prefer the original Kill It. Now, a lot of the times these 2.0s, these reloadeds, they're normally taking things out of them due to new FDA guidelines. Normally, not always. But a lot of the time it does normally mean the pre-workout's going back in style due to the stricter guidelines
More
that
healthy.
are around these days. This will be a fantastic bet for a beginner. 100% recommend it for a beginner. You get into those beta-alanine feels a little bit, gives you those different types of caffeine, all the pump ingredients.
Cheap to pick up
and
as
very
well.
cheap. It plays on the mind how cheap it is a lot. I know we don't
crazy.
normally bring that into the effects, but the 86p a go or whatever it was in dollars. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was very good.
So it hits every area nicely. There's no bad side effects like jitters or cold sweats or anything horrible like that. It's cheap
No
to pick
crash,
up.
very
no
important.
crash, yeah, because
No
it's not
crash.
stimming you off your face, and there are a couple of anti-crash ingredients. That's very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, suitable for beginners, possibly intermediate, not stim junkies. You'll make gains on it. You're not going to sweat and burn off calories too much.
So newbies, go for it. Intermediate users, give it a go if you want something new. 3.75 out of 5. Okay guys, a final verdict on the 5% Kill It Reloaded. We're going to roll through this as quick as possible. Do check out each segment as we go into detail as to why and how we scored these. Now, taste and mixability. You know, not really any problems. Very, very minimal clumping, which dissolved instantly in that water as you saw. Watermelon's not our biggest fan, not our favourite, so it was difficult to judge. However, we do believe if we was watermelon fans, this would probably be about a 3.5 out of 5.
Doable.
Moving into the price of the product now, there was some variations between us here in the UK and the Americans, US guys, and I imagine that's the case for Europe and all over the world. Do shop around, because I reckon you'll even get it better than we've mentioned, but we had to keep it consistent and fair, and obviously our location settings on our phone only allow us to divulge certain websites at certain prices. So overall we came to 3.75 out of 5. It was very nicely priced indeed for what you get. Now, the most important part of the review, and any of the reviews we do, is that effect. You want to get your money's worth in terms of effects and what you get back in the gym. We gave that a 3.75 out of 5 again. So it tied top result. However, I would probably say this would be like a 4.5 for beginners, because it's very, very good for beginners. But stim junkies it wouldn't be. So we're really trying to balance up those areas as best we can.
Base it on your tolerance.
Absolutely. And overall we give it 11 out of
15.
So very respectable. We do have a lot of time for the 5% products. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I do think they're very well priced, and there's a massive range of different things you get, like the 5150. They've got the pump formulas.
They're hitting every area of the market with what you want.
I think they're solid pre-workouts. I'm not saying that they're high stim, high energy, especially this
one. They're not
one.
like premium, like mega dosed or anything like that, but they're above average certainly.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, 11 out of 15. Great stuff. 5% nutrition. Just keep them rolling. That's what I say, and we will do the Kill It Original coming up shortly. If you haven't already seen our 5150 UK version, then do check it out. I'm going to whack the link in the bio below. We also do have some a tub of the 5150 US version, 8 times of caffeine. Types of caffeine. So we're going to review that soon. Yeah. So stay tuned. Do hit that bell icon, and we'll it'll notify you when we do those reviews. So a massive thank you for checking in. Do give us a thumbs up if you can. It don't cost you a penny, and it really helps our algorithms, and we love it a lot. And we'll try and comment back to you. Let us know what you want to see us review. And I think I've said enough, but thank you again. As always, guys,
Stay
stimmed.